Hey everyone, Madam Minifix here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a fan favorite type of video. We are looking at the next wave of Harry Potter Lego sets to be released January 1st. There's a large variety of sets today, so I'm just gonna dive right in. These videos are typically longer, but I know you guys love them and I love making them because Harry Potter is my favorite Lego theme. So starting us off, we have set number 76444, Diagon Alley Wizarding Shops, with 2,750 pieces. This set will retail for about 260 Canadian dollars. So when I heard we were getting a Diagon Alley shop set earlier on this year, I assumed it would be an extension onto the current Diagon Alley D2C, the one that the Gringotts D2C attaches to. Unfortunately, no. This is a micro scale Diagon Alley, which actually includes all of Diagon Alley. Every shop that we see, but in micro scale. Now, if you've been around on my channel for long, you'll know I don't get the micro scale sets. I like minifigure scale sets. So unfortunately, this will not be one that I'm getting, but let's still take a look at it. So there are two strips of shops with a majestic Gringotts in the center, and it looks like behind Gringotts they have included the Leaky Cauldron, so that's really cool. And I can see that the streets right now are lined with little micro figs. There's the night bus here on the side. It's looking pretty neat. I'm not seeing any entrance into Nocturne Alley. I think that would have been cool. Here it is all laid out, so you can make it just one long strip if you so please. But I'm not really sure why you would want to do that. It looks not as great, I feel like, laid out like this. I do like the center having the dragon on the top there. As well, Weasley's Wizard Wheezes makes a good end piece there. And I guess so does the night bus. But laid out like this, I feel it lacks a lot of dimension. It doesn't really feel magical like Diagon Alley. But we do also get a back view here, so I guess they have made the interiors pretty detailed. But again, for like micro scale, you can't get super detailed. I see what they were going for here. And they have done a good job with it being micro scale and all. I'm just not that big of a fan. Here we can see you can actually fold in the two sides to make the alley, screen accurate. They can walk down the center there. And I am seeing some pieces that look to be printed, which are pretty neat. No, there's a little cat there as well. Yeah, there's, I guess they reused the same piece. There's an M in the back. I assume that might be for Madame Malkin's, and then they flipped it upside down in the front here to be a W for Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. So that's pretty neat. And then, yeah, here's a diagonal view of Diagon Alley. There are a lot of shops here. I think that's the pet shop. Name's blanking there. Madame Malkin's, yep, has the M. And there's Quality Quidditch Supplies. Oh, Elop's Owl Emporium. That's interesting. They turned it once more to be an E there. I'm not sure what this shop with the M is, actually. kind of blanking on that. Or this one. It's not super easy to tell when it's this small. We got Gringotts in the center there. I'm assuming this might be the Daily Prophet building next to it. Scribulus. Based on my knowledge of my full-sized set, I'm going to guess that's Scribulus. And then Ollivanders is there. There's another one labeled with a W here. Not sure what that's supposed to be. Then there's Florian Fortescue's, and we have got the bookshop, and then Weasley's Wizard Readers. So they have included every store on Diagon Alley, which is impressive. Ending off, here's the back of the box. Just shows you all of those images we looked at, and then compares it to some of the real shots from the first movie. So that's kind of interesting. Again, this is not one that I will be purchasing myself. I'm just not really into micro scale, but I do love the detail that's gone into it. I think the designers were really thoughtful with this set. Next up is a set that I have been waiting for a very, very, very long time, and I flipped out when I heard they were making it. Unfortunately, I do have to say I am a little disappointed with how it turned out, but I am still super excited, and I will definitely be adding this to my collection as soon as I can. And this is set number 76453, Malfoy Manor. With 1,601 pieces, this will retail for 200 Canadian dollars. Now, I adore the Malfoys. I know that's bad. Draco is one of my favorite characters. Narcissa and Bellatrix are some of my favorite characters as well. Lucius is iconic. I just really love that family. And I was really upset when the news broke a couple of years ago that we would not be getting Deathly Hallows sets because that likely ruled out Malfoy Manor. However, they have since gone back on that statement, and we have been getting Deathly Hallows sets, so I am beyond excited that this set has finally become a reality. Now, when I had seen the first kind of leaked images of this set, I will admit I was disappointed. I saw in the picture that this build looks pretty flat. It doesn't look like there's much substance on the back side, and I was worried like it was gonna be not really furnished on the inside and more of just an exterior design piece. But that's not like Lego, especially with the minifigure skill sets. They like to make them play sets. Another thing I was concerned about was that none of the characters had skirts. They all have pants. I hate when Lego does this, and they've been doing it quite a lot lately, so I'm not pleased with that. However, I am excited to see that there is a Narcissa figure because I have waited too long for her. Always great to see another Bellatrix figure. Her figures are some of my favorites. But let's look more in depth at these pictures. So here's a closer look at the exterior. I love the brickwork they've done here. The manor looks very grand and very Malfoy to me. And I really like that they included the white peacocks. I'm a bit disappointed that they are just brick built and not molded, but I understand a peacock mold would rarely be used, right? So I really like the inclusion of the gates here. I think that's very elegant. The trees that they've done on the side. This just screams Malfoy, and I think is a really good representation of what Malfoy Manor looks like. But obviously, we gotta take a look at the minifigures. First up, we've got Dobby. in a new outfit. I'm pleased to see this. He's got his socks on. That makes me really happy. I love Dobby. Unfortunately, this might be the location that causes his demise, but I think it was really important that they included him, so I'm glad to see him here. The next figure is Luna Lovegood, and although they haven't done the best with Luna's figures in the past, I'm specifically thinking of the carriage, the Thestral carriage set. I love this Luna minifigure. Luna is another one of my favorite characters. And I really like the hair piece that they've chosen here for her. This torso is also exquisite, and I really like the face print as well. I think they've really nailed Luna here. Then we've got Harry, and Harry's hit by the hex from Hermione that makes his face distorted, disfigured. So it looks like he's been kind of beaten up a little bit. His face is swelling. I think they did a great job here with that. Really interesting. I'd be curious to see what the other side of his face looks like. I did see someone say that this would make a good Rocky Balboa face, and though I haven't seen that franchise of films, my boyfriend loves them, and from images I've seen, I do agree that face would work well. Then we've got Draco. I love his torso here. I think it's very suiting to his character. Although I will say I hate that they use yellow for blonde characters' hair. And they did it with Luna as well. But with Draco, I hate it. It's so stark. These characters are bleach blonde, right? So this does not match their color of hair whatsoever. I've always preferred the tan Lego color for blonde characters' hair. I did go to the effort of finding a tan hair online to buy to replace for Draco, except the hairstyle was a bit different. I don't know if they make this specific hair mold in the tan color, but I just do not find the yellow to be suiting of the characters at all. I will also add, this face does not really reflect Draco's emotions. In the Malfoy Manor scenes of Deathly Hallows, he's frightened in those scenes, so I think they really need to give Draco more diversity with his faces. He is a very expressive character, and Lego has never really reflected that. So I think I really would have much preferred to see a new face print here, and Lego's got to work on their blonde hair coloring because I cannot stand this. Then we've got Narcissa, and I'm really excited to see her in Lego. The hair is beautiful, the torso is beautiful, but I'm so upset that she has legs. I mean, that's an easy fix. We can go online and get a skirt piece instead, but I think I much would have preferred this figure if she had a skirt, and I'm really disappointed. But the rest of her is glorious. I love her. Hermione here, just a classic Hermione figure. They've done a good job with it. The torso is really accurate, so I like that a lot. Bellatrix, I love her expression here. I think this is really good. Her hair, as always, like, this is just a classic Bellatrix figure. I really like her torso, and feel disappointed about the legs. Moving on, Voldemort. Also wish he had a skirt on. I'm not sure what they're doing here with the legs being, like, instead of using skirt pieces. It's really confusing to me. I guess they want to make them able to move more. They just should stick with skirts, honestly. But This is a good Voldemort expression. I think this is a new face print, and I really like it. Nagini is just a classic. And then Lucius, his outfit's all right. Same criticism about the blonde. And I don't really feel like this face matches. It doesn't. Like, I'm just seeing like Marvel superhero when I look at that face for some reason. So yeah, not sure I'm too pleased with that one. But overall, I do love the new printing that we're getting with this set. So then we can take a look at the interior, because there is an interior, surprisingly, though the build does look shallow from the exterior. We have some stuff going on the inside here. Top corner, we've got a piano. Opposite that, there's a chair. Then I believe this tiny little nook would be Draco's bedroom. They've included a bathroom, interestingly. And then this main level would be both either sides, I think, a kitchen. I can't really see this side over here, but we do get a look at the other expressions. So it's just a classic Harry expression, a very smiley Bellatrix on this side. And Luna also has a dual expression here. Scared. There's a golden snitch in this set, which is pretty cool. And then I love these two portraits. I think those are really nicely designed. And then there's the grand table in the center there, where they float the Muggle Studies professor over top when they have that Death Eater meeting. Would have been cool to see some more Death Eaters included in this set. When I used to imagine how the set would turn out, I definitely thought there would be more Death Eaters lined along the table, but there's not. That would have been interesting. And then we do have this grand chandelier in the middle and some stairs. So that's pretty much it with the interior. Yes, we now do get a better look at the other side, and there is an oven as well as a lobster. How cute. So that's really what the interior looks like. Oh, I do see the Malfoy family crest now behind the fireplace in the center, so that's pretty cool. I'm sure this is meant to be like a baby Draco here, which I love. And we've got this interesting shot of Narcissa cooking a lobster. And then just to the back of the box here, it does show that the entire Malfoy family can sit around the table with Voldemort. How cute. I'm really surprised to see that they're depicting Bellatrix and Hermione in a fight, because that is one of the darkest scenes of Harry Potter ever. Like, I think that's very interesting that they included that there on the box. And then it does show that the chandelier has a function in which Dobby can drop it down. So that's pretty cool. All right, next is a smaller set, but it is quite cute. And that would be set number 76441 with 158 pieces, retailing for 30 Canadian dollars. This is Hogwarts Castle Dueling Club. So taking a look here, I really like what I see. It's a small set, and I'm glad. Harry Potter Lego is not affordable at all, but their smaller sets being this detailed, I'm really grateful for that. Like, thank you for helping out with my wallet this month, Lego. So yeah, we've got the table from the Dueling Club, a little fireplace in the background, and then it's mostly minifigure based. So looking up close, there is a snake, which is pretty cool. I'm liking the look that the table print, like the pattern on the table is actually printed onto the plates. It is not stickers. That makes me super happy. And this set does come with one of the mystery wizard portraits, which is pretty cool. Taking a look at the minifigures, I do definitely think this is the best part of the set, because look at that Gildora Lockhart minifigure. That is perfect from that scene. I really love this figure. They've done an excellent job. Super basic Harry and Draco. I'm over them. Snape does have new robes, which is interesting. It's a good break from his purple robes all the time, so I like that that's included. This set also includes some dueling functional wands. I think these are cool. They've been included in a few sets before. You can just stick little builds on the end of them to look like magic coming out of the wands. So that's a nice inclusion. We also see a look at Gildora's other expression here. Super funny. And then this build actually has a function in which you and somebody else can push these end pieces, and one of them will go flying off the end of the table. So you can actually duel if you like. Now this set shows that it can be placed into the Great Hall set from this line of like Build Your Biggest Hogwarts Ever line, the third Great Hall that we've gotten. So if you take out everything else, you can put this in there to be displayed. I do have mixed feelings about that, because as I know that this scene does take place in the Great Hall, I feel like you don't really have anywhere to display it if you'd rather be displaying Great Hall actual items that come in that set, and vice versa. I understand that this scene goes in the Great Hall. Like, I just don't know how I feel about the fact that like you can only temporarily display it there. Which is true of the movies, like just when it's the dueling clip. I just like, as someone, I don't use the Lego as playsets, I use them as display pieces. So I really care about how my castle setup looks. And I feel like this would just be something really bothersome to me. But here is the back of the box, and yep, it shows that there is one wizard portrait. Now I actually haven't got any sets yet since the wizard portrait thing has become a thing, to my knowledge, unless one came in the Triwizard Tournament set, but I don't think that one did. Or maybe, did they come in the library? I don't know. I'm a little behind. I think that was still Chocolate Frog cards. There's just so much Harry Potter Lego now. It's hard to keep track. But I'm curious to see what different options there are for the wizard portraits. If they're doing the same things they did with Chocolate Frog cards, where, you know, even though they just kept on releasing them with Chocolate Frog cards, they weren't expanding on the amount of characters you could get. There was only like 16, so everyone ended up with like a bajillion duplicates of all of them. So I'm curious to see about that, especially if all of these Build the Biggest Hogwarts Ever sets are going to include wizard portraits. I think they should definitely do more than one wave of portrait options to receive. But moving on, the set I really don't want to talk about, so we'll be brief. Set number 76443 with 617 pieces and retailing for 60 Canadian dollars. This is Hagrid and Harry's Motorcycle Ride. Now, I am extremely disappointed about this set. It was, in my, I thought when I had heard about this set that it was going to actually be a recreation of that scene with minifigure scale Hagrid and Harry and a motorbike that would fit his Big Fig and Harry in the side. I thought it would be super cool. I was really interested to see what they were going to do with that. Maybe include some of the other wizards that are flying in the Battle of the Seven Potters. It would have been really cool to see all of those different Harrys actually included and like do what they do with the Crabbe and Goyle minifigures, or any other time they use Polyjuice Potion where like there's a hair you can change and then the back side of their face is the other character. Like that would have been phenomenal. No, this is a brick built Hagrid and a Harry in a motorbike, and I have never been a fan when they've done brick built sets. Typically, like I guess I liked the Mandrake one, but I really don't like them. This one is no exception. In fact, I think this is the worst one I have ever seen. Harry's face is super off-putting. I don't know why they did it like that. Hagrid is alright, but Harry is just haunting. I really don't like that. The Hedwig is cute. This is a really weird scale. This is not like their other brick-built characters that they've done. Like, I don't know. The figures are movable. Here's the front angle. I think it looks even worse from the front. I just really do not like this at all. But yep, this is coming out in this wave. Here's the back of the box. It shows you the dimensions. I guess it's 16 centimeters by 16.5 centimeters. All right. Great. Moving on. This is another really exciting and cheap one. This is set number 76442 with 204 pieces and retailing for 25 Canadian dollars. Woohoo! It's Hogwarts Castle Charms Class. Thank God we're getting 2 cheap sets in this wave, because Lego Harry Potter sets from last wave were way too expensive for me to get any of them. But this set looks pretty awesome. This is from the first movie, and it is the very memorable charm scene with "It's Leviosa, not Leviosa." Sorry for that. It's got a lot of pieces that I think are actually printed. Although upon zooming in a little bit while I'm recording this voiceover, I do not think they're printed now. I think they're stickers. But regardless, there are these like pieces that have all these different charms written over top of them, scrawled just with like Bombarda, Alohomora, Lumos, and actually this is really cool. Scrawled in each of them, there's one that says Moony. I see a Padfoot. I see Wormtail over here. I'm sure Prongs is in here somewhere as well. And just yep, Prongs there as well. So that's really cool that they've included that. Yeah, so there's a lot of printing or stickered pieces. Okay, I'm sure all of these are stickered now that I look closer. A lot of design, though, to the bricks. They're not just plain, which I really like that. So here is a closer look. We've got the wall exterior of the class. That's pretty awesome. And then a chalkboard. I really like this build of Flitwick standing on the books. And I will note that this is classic Flitwick. I'll return to that in a moment. The fireplace looks really nice. And then the stools with Ron and Hermione. This is a very lacking number of minifigures. It's just classic Flitwick, Hermione, and Ron. I would have loved to see a Seamus in this with the exploded dust on his face. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The Ron and Hermione figures are old news. I have like 200 of them. But I love that we are seeing some variation with the Flitwick figures we're getting. I have seen in the Harry Potter Advent Calendar that there might be a Flitwick included. I try to avoid spoilers. I am opening it this year, posting every day on shorts here as well, what's included in the calendar. So check back every day if you're wondering what you get in each door. I'm finding out as I open the door. I don't really know. I have seen some spoilers on the box and what have you, but I do like that we have the option of displaying classic Flitwick or the more recent Flitwick. But there is him instructing them at the stands. It would have been cool if there was maybe 2 of these other stands included. Seamus and Harry at one of them. Not that we need another Harry figure. And then maybe Goyle and Draco at the other. There's a very funny scene of young Tom Felton behind the scenes, actually. And he flips off the camera, I think. He's only like 12 at the time. It's pretty cute. He might have been 13. Here it shows you how you can kind of put the different pieces away to store the set, and have the focus be on the foreground where there is a floating feather function. So that's pretty neat. Here it outlines how to use the floating feather function. It's controlled through the back, and then you can make it float up and down. So that's pretty cool. And then it does show that this set folds up, and you can stick it underneath the Great Hall. I think that's by where the Hufflepuff common room is. I'm not too familiar with this set. I don't have it. I did talk about it in one of these types of videos, but that was a long time ago, so I don't actually remember very well. However, it does give you a nice option to have the set put away, I guess. Although I have been seeing a lot of criticism about this online following the release of these pictures, and I fully understand. I like displaying my parts of the castle. I don't want to hide them away. So I don't know how to feel about this. It's kind of the same as the charms, or not the charms, the Dueling Club set. I'm mixed feelings about that function. I think there's 2 sets left to talk about, so bear with me. We've got 2 left to go. Set number 76447 has 651 pieces and will be retailing for 100 Canadian dollars. Keep that in mind because I think that is pretty crazy. This is Hogwarts Castle Flying Lessons. As I talked about in the video where these names were released, and price and piece count were released, I think that was a couple of months ago. I'm kind of upset that there is already another Flying Lesson set, because I feel like that's one of the more recent ones I got. Was first Flying Lesson. It came with Madam Hooch, Neville, Draco, and Golden Quirrell, and had the Remembrall for the first time. It was really awesome, and I just got that set, and it was, I think, $60. I'm not sure on that, but this one's $100. I really don't know how they decide the price of Lego sets. I know it'll have to do with how many pieces are included, but for $100, I feel like this is really small. And it might just be because I'm seeing the pictures and not in person, but I don't think this is worth $100, especially because we just got this set. It's got an added tier to it and a couple of extra figures, but I don't know. Although I will say I do really like the look of the trees on the outside here. I think they're really cute. It's like the one at the Malfoy Manor as well. Here's a look at it without the box art. Figures are looking pretty similar, but I am seeing that Harry's included, as well as Oliver Wood, which I'm super excited about. There's McGonagall there as well. There is a bit more brickwork kind of added, more dimension added to this one compared to the last one, but It's pretty similar, I'm not gonna lie. Here's a look at the figures. I think that Remembrall is exactly the same. If it is, that's pretty disappointing. Neville looks almost identical. That could even be the same Hooch outfit. I can't really tell. Ugh, not looking good. Draco's exactly the same. Harry's the same as we always see him. We've had this McGonagall before as well, I believe. But this is a brand new Oliver Wood, so hooray! He's not in his Quidditch robe. He is in his outfit from my favorite meme of Harry Potter, where it shows the Quidditch field lit on fire from Deathly Hallows, and then it's Oliver Wood in this outfit, and it says, "Pretty sure we can still play." And I think that sums up his character perfectly because you can't cancel Quidditch. I'm glad to be seeing that as an inclusion. So then here's the interior. This room up here is entirely empty. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. So that's quite interesting. I'm wondering if this little classroom, is this Transfiguration class? It might be. She's doing the glass. It looks like she's doing Veraverto. Okay. So here's Transfiguration class, I guess. That's disappointing because that might mean that we're not getting an actual Transfiguration class as a set, in which case that sucks. I wanted to see like the animals from the Veraverto scene, so alright. But that might go up in this empty space here. And then down here is a little hallway full of Quidditch supplies. Opposite that, I guess, is McGonagall's office, and underneath that is the Quidditch awards displayed. There's a wizard portrait there. Okay, interesting. I honestly do not think this is worth $100. Yeah, I mean, here's it showing that those things can slide in there. Transfiguration class must be that. And it folds in and just stores there. Man, I've got to say, I loved the idea of Build Your Biggest Hogwarts Ever because I really want to have each part of the castle built in my Hogwarts display, but when it's just tucked away like this, that's not what I was looking for. So that's really unfortunate. But here is an exterior of that castle. There's a lot of different spots that you can put the figure on the broom to create a flying effect, much like the first one. It also shows here that you can fold up the charms set that we just looked at and shove it into the bottom spot there. But then I posed the question, where would the Quidditch stuff that's supposed to be stored there go? Okay, I'm not too pleased with this one, to be honest. I am pretty disappointed with that. And finally, again, this is probably not going to be the most positive look at this product, but it is set number 76446 with 499 pieces and retailing for 60 Canadian dollars. This is called Night Bus Adventure. I love the Night Bus. I love the Night Bus. I love purple. I love the third movie. It is my favorite movie. It is my favorite book. Everything about The Prisoner of Azkaban is just so good, including the Night Bus. And I have the Night Bus. Not this one, but I have the last one that came out, and it is one of my favorite Harry Potter Lego sets that I own, to be honest. Though it's small, it is mighty. It is gorgeous. And this feels very, very unnecessary because I can't really tell a difference by looking at it. I don't have mine built right now because there's no space in my apartment, but from my recollection of the set I own, I could not tell you from looking at this what is different about the bus build itself. There are some added extras on the side, which we'll take a look at in a moment. Yes, there is a bench and a streetlight with the Grim, and that's cool. Harry's trunk has wheels this time. Okay, let's look a little bit more. Oh, here's the figures. Okay, so we've got the Grim. Really cool. I would love to have the Grim. This Harry is pretty awesome because guess what? He's got a flannel on underneath his jacket. And this is perfect because I have about probably 7 Harry figures where he's wearing this stupid blue jacket. And they all look exactly the same. And this Harry finally has a little bit of variation from that. And I'm really, really grateful for that. And then we've got Stan Shunpike. I can't really tell a difference from his outfit just based on recollection. They have upgraded his face though. And I'm not sure what I prefer more because I feel like this one is less accurate than the last one was, but I might be misremembering. Literally could not tell you if this Ernie figure has changed at all. This might be a new newspaper print. And then there's a random witch, which it's cool. I like her face print. I like her torso, and I like her hat mold, but I don't know who she is. Just a random person on the bus. I am seeing some more like stickering on the inside, I guess. Just right here. Looks like a luggage storage spot. That's cool. I guess more of the levels are detachable now. Is that right? Like I feel like last time you could only detach one level and then the other level just like flipped open from the side and you could manage those 2 levels. So maybe they've made it more detailed on each level. Here's a top view of the first level. So yeah, this is just a random lady who's sleeping on one of the beds. All right. I wonder if this bed rolls around like the last one did, because I really like that feature. Doesn't look like it does on this one. I mean, it's cool that this wheel on Harry's trunk is included, because Stan can push it up like that, I guess. But I think my biggest disappointment here is that this bus does not have the shrunken head. And I do not know why they took it out, but the shrunken head is by far the best part of the Night Bus Lego set and just in general. He is so funny. He adds a very exciting twist, I guess, to the Night Bus. Like, they are literally being smushed flat and he's just like making jokes the whole time. I really like his character, and I loved the print that they did for the shrunken head in the last set. And here it's just non-existent. Like, why? What made them do that? That's very upsetting to me. I don't know why I'm so upset about it, but yeah, I feel like this was very unnecessary of them to do. And it also doesn't look like it has the swinging chandelier feature. Like, those features, the movement features from the last Night Bus, really made the Night Bus. Like, it showed how hectic riding on the Night Bus can be. Whereas this one doesn't seem like it accomplishes that. I know this has been a long video, and I applaud anyone who's stuck it out this long. I really love Harry Potter Lego, so I had a lot to say this time around, especially because Malfoy Manor was included in this wave, but also because there are some aspects of Lego Harry Potter that have been quite disappointing to me in the recent waves. As always, though, it's not about what I think. It's also about what you think, and I would love to hear what you have to say about this, because as you can tell, I've had a lot to say about this. But I know a lot of people will probably have different opinions than me. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel and check out my previous videos.